Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Avery Miller has suggested that I make a video about spirit science. And my answer is simply no. I'm not going to do that. And neither should you, Avery Miller. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what spirit science is, it's a website, a collection of sort of spiritual chakra, kundalini, alternate histories, the moon's been put there by someone at some point, things along those lines. It's got a YouTube channel, which is massive, enormous, like nothing you've ever seen before. And a Facebook page, which is even bigger than that. There's 12 million people who like it. It's a small country. I mean, that's quite a lot. And it's a constant stream of shitposts, just continuous spiritual shitposts. You know, Einstein quotes, that kind of stuff. And there's two reasons why I won't, and why no one should ever make a video about spirit science or respond to them or in any sort of way. Reason number one is I know what happens to those who do. And it's not nice. It's they lose their minds. They literally lose their minds. The second reason is that it's futile. It's absolutely futile. You don't put a dent in that machine. You don't put a dent in the spirit industrial complex. It's not how things work. It's too powerful. I mean, you don't simply walk into spirit science and seize their means of production. This isn't how it works. Imagine, for example, being at the height of Nazi Germany, walking into the Reichstag and saying, I disagree with what's going on. What do you think is going to happen to you? I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it is the same thing. Importantly, they have the best shield against reason that I've ever encountered in my life. And it's in the form of a disclaimer. And this disclaimer is put before a lot of the information that's provided in the videos that you'll find on their channel. And it's something along the lines of, I'm not saying this information is true or not. I don't know. You decide for yourself. It's just interesting, isn't it? It's interesting.
Please have your own experience while watching this. I'm not going to tell you that this is fact. I am simply saying, decide for yourself.
It's interesting how Jews are not really humans. They come from the future, and they're very good at maths, but nothing else. They're kind of spiritually retarded, one might say.
2 extraterrestrial races stepped in. Not one, but 2 completely different races. The first race were the Hebrews, coming from our future. Thoth says that they came from off-planet, but we don't know where exactly. The Hebrews were kind of like a kid who went through 5th grade and didn't make it, so they had to do that grade over again. They learned all the math, the left brain stuff, but they didn't get the right brain aspect of evolving consciousness, the doing. They didn't graduate to the next level of evolution, so they had to do it again. They knew a lot of things that we didn't know yet and brought many concepts and ideas to us that we weren't aware of yet. Now, if this is true, this would explain quite a few things about the Hebrew people in general. They seem to have many sacred geometries hidden within their culture. It also puts perspective on the story of Exodus. Perhaps Moses incarnated into that lifetime to free the Hebrews because they were not direct descendants of humans and were being treated unfairly.
It's interesting, isn't it? So, and this disclaimer, at the same time, has taken root in the brains of all of the followers of spirit science. And you'll see it in a lot of the comment responses to their videos in defense of spirit science.
This is for all you intellectuals out there. He says in the beginning to take it with a grain of salt and that it's just a theory. He literally tells you that this isn't fact, but you can believe it if you want to. The fun thing is that these theories has more proof than the Bible, Quran and Torah combined. If you would see someone making a 60-minute long video explaining Christianity and the stories of the Bible, it would sound just as crazy. So get off your high horses and watch it with an open mind, for God's sake.
So I don't think we should do anything like this. We should we should not try to attack this, especially as attempting to extricate this disclaimer from the brains could cause some long-lasting damage. So I would not go there. But I will leave you with some information I found myself about spirit science, and of course, it comes from a reliable source. But I'm not saying that it's absolutely true or not. I think that you should decide this for yourself. So the story goes that towards the end of World War II, as Hitler was losing the war, he decided to send a dispatch in the form of Hermann Goering into the future, far into the future, into the early 2000s. Now, you might wonder why he didn't send anyone to the past if you could time travel. Well, the reason was that he knew that his cause was lost in that time frame, and that his message had a potential to resonate in the future when the conditions were right. So Hermann Goering arrives on the shores of England and goes to visit Milo Yiannopoulos' place, turns him into a Nazi, of course knowing that Milo being gay and Jewish would play into that. And then moves on to his main target, which was Spirit Science Guy. So he presented himself as at a Spirit Science Guy's house in the form of Thoth, which is Spirit Science's spiritual advisor now. And he has since been feeding anti-Semitic memes to Spirit Science Guy, who's then propagated them to his audience. So if this theory is correct, and I'm not saying it's correct by any means, it could be, then that means that we have at least 12 million Nazi sleeper agents on the loose out there somewhere. And I don't think this is good news, but I don't know what we can do about this. And we should not stick our heads above and sort of expose ourselves to that, to their retaliation. We should sort of play it safe for now. I really don't know what to do, or what can be done, or if anything can be done at all, if this is the progress of history, and if this is the way things are meant to go. Of course, everything I said could be false. And Avery Miller, thanks for the suggestion. I'm still not doing it, and you shouldn't either, again. And everyone else, be safe. Goodbye.